Alright peeps, welcome back to Cavey, episode 10. In the last episode we were banging away in this hole and we were almost done. We just need to do a wee bit more banging. But since the tides have changed, we are very unlikely to have a builder in here. Yeah, let us lower this down to 0, and while this bad water's getting flushed out, we can go and pause some jobs. We didn't need all these water pumpers, I'll pause 4 of them. We'll pause the fermenter since they don't even have a bloody stack of cassavas. Pause the industrial lumber mill. Go and do it to one worker in here and just nick it. Oh, I can't even nick a high priority worker. Oh, we got both of these on, that's why. Look at these 2 grafters, man. Once these pause themselves, we'll be laughing. We'll have plenty of grafters knocking about. There's those paused and 2 builders. You know what, actually, I wouldn't mind having 1 planker just casually planking away, you know. Since we do only have 5 of the planks. But now we got a builder. Oh, we missed it. We bloody missed it. But it's in, which means we can delete this downward power shaft. Delete this upward power shaft. See if Beavers picked that up with an absolute quickness because I did it again. I did it again. I didn't even think about how many corn rations we had before disconnecting this food factory from power. Yeah, we really need this bad boy in. And did I just see a beaver up here building something? Let's see, let's go and do. What's underneath here? Oh, they were popping the bloody levee in. Oh, does that mean they've got the sluice in? Oh, not the sluice, they got that in. Oh, they do have the sluice in. Need close above downstream depth there. This isn't always open, laddie. Why, I will chuck some logs in there, get that levee built. From the top of the warehouse stack, of course. And we got 3 breeding pods unpaused here, and I believe that'll give us a steady little 30 population there or thereabouts. We are a bit below that at the moment, because that's because we had mass hunger in the last episode. Ooh, beavers! Run up and down those stairs there. And then we'll be able to see that this is being picked up. Damn it, I was hoping to manifest it. 2 gears in need bloody storage. Fermented cassava hoose, you are temporarily gear hoose. No, beavers, hurry up and get this bloody thing picked up right here, right now. Thank you. So now that that's been picked up, we can get our straight power shaft on the gun. A little platform like that. And a smelter on top. All of that with a maximum priority. And what we can also do, now that we've got these ladders in, is delete this bit path here and say, Beavers, get the dynamite hoose in there. I love how well that bloody fits together, like, it's bloody perfect. And if I had the dynamite hoose the other way around, it wouldn't fit. Now I can see we have unfortunately popped some planks into here. That's not allowed, Beaver. They can and will be better utilised elsewhere. And would you look at that? We can build a bridge over here, so we can have some tidy connectivity when we get to it. And since we already have ladders over here, we may as well just continue the stack up like that. Well, I really need these 192 corn rations, a little bit of kohlrabi, and tiny little bit of fermented cassavas to last us all the way until this metal hoose is in. Now, thankfully, unlike Lemon Canyoneers, I remembered we'd having to separately prioritise the bit of wood, so we got that in before the smelter. The beavers are building all of this. Like, I'm not necessarily against it, but we could be using those 24 logs elsewhere, like. Now, I can't seem to pop impermeable floors here, but I have a feeling that's because there's already impermeable floors there. I just can't see them. Fingers crossed. If not, we'll sharp now about it. But for now, I need to put me bloody impermeable roofs on. A little something like that. So now we have a true pipe. I didn't unpause ye! Unpause ye! Oh, look at all of this ground. The lovely moist ground that hasn't had a single kohlrabi planted on it. I'll pause these to make up the difference. But thankfully we got the rest of these planted. I can start dynamiting this doing and all while we're here. Now while we're here, I'm saying we need 30 scrap metal, 20 gears and 50 planks. We're making planks. We might have to hurry that up a little bit as well. 2 grafters in there. As long as we've still got some beaver builders, I'm happy. We didn't need any more gears, we've got 50 of them. And with scrap metal, we've got plenty. We've got 20 in the warehouse there. And another 170 sitting on the ground there. That's not even counting all of these bloody scrap piles here. Well, look at this, we finally have beaver farmers planting all the kohlrabis on this newly acquired bit of fertile land here. Thank you, Mr. Beaver Builders. Now yous can be paused. Oh, we're starting to get plants up. That means you can be unpaused. You know, I'll leave you unpaused with 1. And I'll leave you unpaused with 1. That way we're still only using 4 Beaver Builders, but we're covering a much farther range. Oh, we need to get a build on the lemonade stand now at some point. We're nearly running out of that stuff. And let me real casually minimum priority this lot here. Hopefully we don't get it built again. And the Beavers have built the side platforms. They are very expensive, those. 12 planks, 12 logs. There's 24 of each in these effing things. And don't get us wrong, it'll come in handy soon enough. Well, for now, we've got 0 logs, and I could bloody use these 6 logs. Holy moly. Well, aren't I glad I deleted that and saw my absolute mistake. Look at this. There's a big hole in my pipe. I would have just spot bad water route here. When you sort that out, you need to be a levee, not an overhang. And then this bit here means we're finally unlocking the side platform 3x1. That's exactly what you need to be, pal. And you know what? I can plot me impermeable floors down with confidence now and they're actually there. And here's a skelly view of me impermeable roof, aka me bit pipe. Well, with that all built correctly, I think it's time to go now here. Make sure I built this bloody thing correctly. Aye, this one's built correctly. You see it doesn't have a bloody thing sticking out the side of it. I was wondering why we had floating bloody side platforms there. I deleted this because I had 12 bloody logs in it, didn't I? But yeah, now Beavers, low priority those levies. We'll get run to them when we can. I've just deleted the levy that was here. I think we're going to play a little game of see if this little crack here leaks before popping a levy in. While we're over here, let's get this 3-long platform on a little something like that. There we go. And then my initial plan here was to have sluices here and then have this pipe continue on this side. So like the pipe would go across here and then further up on this side. But I think that just introduces a little pool here for no reason, you know. Oh, before I forget. Impermeable floor on there and a levee on there. So we're going to be pushing bad water out of there. Oh no, not during this bad tide, we're not though. Another back-to-back bad tide. Not again. Ah, not again. We need recall Robbies and we're just, ooh, we need to get them picked up. Unpause ye. We didn't need to get them picked up that quick, but I will unpause ye because I've got a few more beavers knocking the boot than we did earlier in the episode. Not enough for builders apparently. Ooh, oh, beavers, no. Slip up the water. I did this last season, the cycle as well. Slurp it all up. I want 2.7k water at all times. Right, we need to do some things. Bad tide, that means that this can still keep running. Pause it for no reason, because there's no beavers running in there anyway. I want to keep the lumberjack up and running to be as efficient as possible with replanting these bad lads here. As you can see, we're about to have one pop, and if I had paused that, it would have been 3 days before I got to unpause it. And that's 3 days of wasted wood growth. I think it's time. Pause all the sciences. Get as many water pumpers as possible. So we will get one more grafter very soon. Once this goes up another 0.2 meters. There we go. So that's another water pumper, hopefully. Somewhere. You know what, I'll pause this one because it's 46 away, whereas this one, for example, is only 4 away. I've already got 4 lemonade and all. That's going to have to be a during the bad tide job, that like. Do I just scan one grafter in all of these? How many more water pumps does that? Oh, these aren't even maximum priority jobs. MiGly, you absolute buffoon! Well, now that they're filled, we'll put 2 beavers in all of these. Since they're not going to be stealing water pumpers because they're all already filled. Ooh, the sluices! Look at these sluices! Ooh, we need to real casually leave these as always open for now. I'm glad I caught that. If I hadn't caught that, these would have blocked the bad water and it would have forced the bad water to spill out the... Ooh. Ooh. Let's have a think. Is it worth it? I could dynamite some ground here and get the bad water, or alternatively, a tad less destructive, I could pop these 3 levies on and our beavers should stay safe. Now what benefit is that? What benefit does that bring me? Let's say theoretically that completely eliminates this bad water here. We still have a couple of more sources to worry about. These 3 are still going to push bad water out, and these 2 here are still going to push bad water out. So yeah, nah, clever idea, MiGly, but the reality is we're still going to have 5 water sources pushing bad water out, and these extra 3 aren't really going to do much. You know what? Let's have ourselves a 2-day speedy up bit of all of these crops getting picked. Oh, messed up my speed 30s. Look at this. It's already all gone and ruined and flooded. Read beavers. I need to be 2 in here. Therefore, pause ye. Pause ye. And that should give us 2 beavers in here. How? Where are my beavers? Oh, these have unpaused, man. Oh, they're going to unpause themselves continuously. Alright, I'm just sacrificing a couple of water pumpers. I need 2 beavers in here. Go, go, go. Pick up these last of these kohlrabies. Look at all of these kohlrabies, man. At least they're only drying and not contaminated and dying like these ones here. Look at that, 0.1 days, deed. 0.2 days, they're gonna end up deed. Well, thankfully the beaver got to these one in time. You know what, 24-hour working day beavers, we've got a 17-day bad tide ahead of her. I need you to pick up all of these kohlrabies that are gonna be lost if you didn't. Because I am absolutely spewing when I see things like this. Fully grown kohlrabi, deed in the ground. And are you seeing what I'm seeing? The contamination has breached the new bit. There's going to be so many deed kohlrabies up there. That, peeps, is officially what you call a spewing. Absolutely spewing. Look at all of these kohlrabies just not picked up. And that's all because of this useless person controlling these bloody beavers. I cannot believe I left these two on planting for so long and then didn't prioritise this. Because you see, this one's always been fine being one worker because it's just been this little perimeter here. Happy days. But I did this. I made a whole thing of it. And I completely negated it. Anywho, beavers, let's just have 4 years cracking away in there. Corn and cassavas. And since we're in the bad tide, I did say I was going to make a bad tide job here. Azibo, get the lemonade up, keep the beavers happy. And speaking of keeping beavers happy, let's reduce the working hours to 18. Bong, you doing anything? Nah, get paused. And you know what? We've got Zircon here, kicking the boot in the deep bad water pump. And there's just no need for it. We haven't even got this connected. Get paused. Oh, we've got 4 beavers without a D. That sounds like one pause and a couple of skynsers in an industrial lumber mill to me. Oh, and I see we've got 30 cassavas. Let's unpause the fermenter. We've only got 304 kohlrabies to play with before we start dipping into the berries here, and we need the berries to repopulate. Tell you what, I do love a good sluice like. They'll look mint. And I cannot wait to the point where we switch these on and we never see bad water in front of them ever again. How we're coming along with the old smell? Ah, not too bad. A little bit of scrap, which we've got heaps of, and 10 planks. And we got 10 planks in storage, and we've got a beaver dying out. Well, I think it's time to lower the priority of this job and get them up to 10. You can't beat a hauler, can you? Look at this inquisitive little babby here. I knew you'd run away a second I said unpause. That's why I started paused. Standing right above the power chef there, which you can see if I dip below the ground. And if I dip even further, you can see our wonderful cave with jewel fowls. You know what? I'm pretty sure during an episode, I was talking about getting water in here. And it might be flowing the wrong way, but I bloody did it. And look at this, we've got our sluice down here working. Stopping because of the bad water. And forcing the bad water out the top of the levee here under the overhangs. I love me bit of map, like, it's good fun. You know what? Why didn't we watch this get put in? Before me speedy up bit's even started. Let's pause this. I don't want to be spinning this big engine. Not net. I only wanted to get that in so we can get the food factory unpaused when needed. Which honestly is around about now. Takara, get in there. But before that, let me pause this engine. Oh, should I? Because it'll just get all the edges. Nah. Unpause the engine because it'll get all the logs taken out. I was going to say while we get the corn and logs in the ass so we're not just burning wood for any reason. Because look at that, we're just burning wood and there's nought happening. But if we're burning wood and nought's happening, right? What happens if I say unpause all of this? Yeah, it's still going to last 30.6 hours. We may as well use everything while we've got the engine spinning. And I thought I was being clever adding the gear workshop to the path back here. But then I deleted the path back here and then further deleted the path back here. Alright, beavers, we need to get this stuff in relatively quickly, please. And I believe that should do the trick. To get yourself hour and open up the old cogger shop here. That'll also give us access to the bad water and all while we're there. We still won't have to switch this on because we're bloody full, are ya? Look at him dropping another log into the levee. The old underground levee's nearly done. Oh, when that's done, we could do a test. You know, let's do this for now. Let's close this and get a proper tidy little angle of this cave flooding. And you'll be able to see why we need that levee there. There, you see how the water just gone straight up at the top there? That's why we need the levee. You know, I'm going to save this camera position because I quite like it. And when we got the levee in, we'll test it again. But for now, we'll open the sluice and watch the water level drop down here. That's the water back down. And I tell you what, I absolutely love this little ladder that goes down here and connects us underground. I'm so happy we don't have to build that really long, expensive boardwalk that came all the way run to bloody here. Oh, look at this. We got beavers hammering away. It's going to be basically done in night time. Oh, look at that. You can see under the cave. You can see the bad water can flowing through. And even with everything in, I think there'll still be some angles where we'll be able to see down into the cave. And you know what? It's a speedy up time. But not just any old speedy up. Our goal for the speedy up bit is to see an empty corn warehouse on the left and a full corn rations warehouse on the right. Now, unfortunately, as you probably noticed, we ran out of wood. Therefore, now it's happening. Any wood in here? Any wood knocking the boot that we didn't quite need yet? Because we're not particularly growing a lot. Ooh, you know what else I just thought? If we've got 2 industrial lumber mills on the gun, we're never ever gonna get any wood. So let's pause this one, get 2 jobs cracking a boot. We've got a healthy stock of lemonade. Let's reduce the priority of this workplace. Rejig the hauling post to ensure we have at least 2 haulers knocking a boot. And enter into a big old tight change and speedy up bit. And here we are, peeps. Welcome to Cycle 18. We're going to have the water running blue very, very shortly. Especially at speed 3. Look at that, God. Now I think it's time. Pause a couple of these inventors. Maybe bring down the priority of the old hauling post. And I reckon we unpause these inventors because we need a lot of science points. Ooh, we know what else we can do. Blow up the dynamite. Or replant the dynamite. Ooh, we know what else we can do. Unpause the bloody farm. Who's this MiGly? Switch your brain on, go. And look at us, absolutely chugging away. We've still got corn and loads of corn rations. And I was sweating looking at the bloody kohlrabi's doing here. We were down to 1 layer of each for so long, but we managed to not dip into the berries. At least not yet. Speaking of berries, we've got our diligent forester here. Planting all the berries as a first priority jobby. Look at him gone. And now he's got the berries in. He'll just do whatever he wants. I do believe it's going to be a little bit of Everblossom time. Before clock off o'clock, of course. Where we saw during that speedy up bit, beavers like to just hang about here. And use all of our wood building levees, apparently. I didn't clock that. Did you clock that? I was too busy just seeing them stand and milling about. They are out during the time, yeah. Look at them. They just stand and look about. I like old mate at the top there, just overlooking everything. And this is why we have at least one hauler on a maximum priority jobby. And why we occasionally pause some inventors. But I will say, when I was yapping on earlier, deleting things and that, my plan with this is just to let the beavers build it as and when they get round to it. So like this type of progress here, perfect. Ooh, let's press V. Oh, I need to take the camera down. Hang on, let's take the camera down as well. This little levee's in. And we didn't need good water to test this. Let's close this and watch this cave flood. Alright, now is the dangerous point. I'm going down to speed 1 and I'm going to have to go up a level. We're still flooding. We're still flooding. That's what I want to see. I don't think I can zoom out. Let's test. Oh, I can. Look. We can see the whole cave. I need this cave to fill up and not spurt out anywhere else. And I'm actually not sure what will happen if I create this sealed environment, because there's nowhere for the water to go. I think I'm going to build a lot of pressure in here. Or is pressure even a thing in this game? Well, there we go. We've stopped. Is the water going anywhere? Doesn't look like it. It looks like we've got a flooded cave. There's no water coming out of here. I cannot see any water spilling anywhere. Let's open this floodgate. And I found a canny angle here. I'm going to resume the game. And I'm assuming there's going to be some pressure behind this sluice like so. Big spurting water, let's go. Oh, not quite the spurt I was after, but you can see by the water level rising down there. There's a lot of water flowing out of this cave here in rapid succession. And that's us back down to the level, I believe. There we go. Happy days, isn't it? So that is this water source now, properly, fully salted. Once the water enters this little pipe here, it's not going to start overfilling. It is going to have back pressure, and it is going to completely flood this cave, but it's not going to flood the map. And that's what we needed to know. Sorry, but how's that too far from district? Oh. Yeah, no, beavers, would you build that, please? Just, whenever you get round to it. We've got an hour's worth of wood in here. And we've got 0 logs in here. We're just burning wood for no reason, man. I wonder, since we've got some corn rations, do I pause this? Get this up to 10. Disconnect the path, so I can then get this up and running without emptying the logs out of here. Let's see how we're going with this. Ooh, a piece of dynamite we can detonate though. Bye-bye. You can plant a bit of kohlrabi there. And I keep forgetting. Reminders the next time these bits of ground here dry up. I need to pop some bloody warehouses in here. Chop down these trees. I'll tell you what, I will delete this levy for the 8 logs though. Beavers, chuck that in the engine, please. Then I'll just lower the priority the rest of that. Ooh, do you have planks near by any chance? No, but 6 logs, I'll take them. Ooh, and the next time there's a bad tide, the water should come out of the top there, gone over the impermeable floor, and waterfall down right there. We'll have a little outdoors bad waterfall for the beavers to stand and look at, all up close and personal. They can even go behind it there. As long as you didn't get splashed while you're behind there. Look at them all milling about, hanging out. We need to give them something to do, didn't we? I just swapped the haulers and builders around, so we got 3 haulers and 1 builder. That should stop builders just chucking wood into bloody levees and random things like that. And it'll give our haulers the opportunity to chuck some wood in here. Or stop. Oh, these are maximum priority though. I cannot complain. I cannot blame the builders for this. Pick that up, please, builder. And it's very nice to see all these water slopers sloping up the water like. I've been so stressed about water during this little map here because we can always grow more food, providing we have the water. Even during a bad tide, we can blow a little hole, fill it with water, and grow something. Maybe not a lot, but bloody something. The other alternative is just do nothing at all during a bad tide and die as a colony. And as the last couple of bad tides have shown, we're getting up there now. Cycle 18, we're going to be getting 20 plus day bad tide soon. We need to be sorting something out real quick. But we are making fair dinkum progress around here, you can't be denying that. Now let's see if my little clever plan works. Disconnect this so no beavers can get in there and rip the logs out of it. Then we'll unpause the food factory and realise it doesn't matter because it's the power connections that make it switch on, not the bloody path. Reconnect the path. Oh, no. Pause this. Delete the path. That was the plan, MiGly. Now this shouldn't switch on. It shouldn't get emptied. And we can start piling loads of resources into here. There we're gone. Now, unpause the engine and be as efficient as possible with all of that bloody wood. And I think beavers got in and took 5 logs out there. So, yeah, there's no point doing that at all. Now you know. I waste my time, so ye don't have to. That's how we do it here on the MiGly Plays channel. Let's bring the hauling post down one, because we don't have any bloody builders knocking about. And look at our beavers picking up the kohlrabis. Look at them all coming in. Now we're going to be waiting for a tide change warning before I start panicking and change all of these back to just picking up. Oh, look at those 3 green arrows on our water. We're filling this bad lad up, and our hauler's filling this bad lad up here. Ooh, builder, you building some ladders? Ooh, speaking of ladders, you should probably put your effort into building these ones if you're going to be building ladders. Although I will very cheekily just let the 4 logs sit there for now. As long as I've got logs in here and here, I'm happy. Look at all of these beavers picking up the kohlrabis. And we've got a drought warning, yes! Drought warning, woohoo! Right, make the most of this drought, MiGly, unlike the last one. Although the last one we didn't really have any beavers to make the most of the drought with, to be fair. I think we're getting a drought. Oh, we still don't have any wood though. But I do think we should get on the production. But then again, on the other hand, if we're burning wood over here, and we establish it doesn't burn any more wood to just switch these on, we may as well just switch these on. That's right, you still don't have somewhere to bloody get to, do you? Well, until we're making loads of planks, we didn't need the cogger anyway. And while we're waiting for logs to grow and be spread across these 4 different power producing items here, let me use up some more wood by rebuilding our second planter. And beaver farmers, you can just continue being prioritised to plant. Although I am keen to get this done though, so no planty there. Because if I wait until a bad tide, I'll just end up panicking and then forgetting completely. But actually I think this dries up anyway during a drought, so I'm not really losing anything here. This one I'm not 100% sure on though, so we need to get that sorted real quick. Beavers, can you do us a real big favour and chuck 6 logs into there so you can get the 2 logs out of this pine, please? I would love that. See, can beavers build diagonally? If I pop a bit of dynamite there, can they reach it? I know. Why they can? Happy days. If the farmer can't reach it. Oh, actually no. That's a bad idea, MiGly. Delete that dynamite now. I think instead of blowing that up, we whip out some side platforms and get a monument done. What about a tribute to ingenuity? I like the tribute to ingenuity being there. The only issue is, I built it for one of these. Looks like we're getting bigger with the platforms. So I think that is a perfect spot for when we've got 12,000 science points to pop the tribute to ingenuity in there. Yeah, I think we'll just backburner that project a little bit. Just a little bit. And is there any reason we've got green ground here? You can see it. Therefore, it should be a grapevine. Oh, and would you look at that? We're pretty much maxed on water. That means I can pause at least one of these. Maybe even 2, so we get a builder knocking about. Oh, we've got the wood situation. It's happened again. See, that's what happens when you dedicate all of this. Ooh, that's nice though. I like that. I just saw the beavers pop a little bit in there. And I like the fact that we've got a bit of supplies. Let us pause all of this for now. I just want to do some real casual planking doing by the water. Get planking, beavers. Oh, and look, we've got a beaver picking up this job, so let's quickly pause these. Get our handy dandy small warehouse ready for when this kohlrabi's out. And that's our new maximum priority job. I want this oak gone. And I see we've got 3 wood. Have we just had a chopped grown? Aye. Perfect English, MiGly. We've just had an ever-blossom grown and chopped down. Therefore, we got some wood. Did it go into here? At least one of them did. So let's hang about here until this warehouse is in. And it's in. That means we can unpause the old lumberjack. Get in there, pal. And then straight back into another speedy up bit until this oak is out of here. And now that this oak is out of here, we can go ahead, delete this, get our 3 logs back for that. You know, maybe pop them into here. And Captain Lumberjack flag, you can be paused. Now, Beaver, since you've got the diagonal action, get that dynamite in, blow that dynamite up, and chop that pine down. Happy days! Now that's all done, we've got a bonus 6 logs lying about on the deck. We can dynamite this all the way down. and plant kohlrabies there. And you know what I'm thinking? Surely this lower ground here is more efficient. Oh, you know what I've just thought? Bit late, but I could have a little dam in here that retains at least some good water during droughts. How am I 18 cycles in before thinking of that? That would stop all of this from drying up. Well, I have been a special beaver, haven't I? But anywho, beavers, get those dynamites in. So we've got a nice little farming level down here. I love how efficient this beaver builder can be here. Just straight over to the little warehouse there and then back like nobody's business. Oh, this is the drought, isn't it? 21-day drought! Not too bad, not too great, not too great, not too bad. Alright, beaver, get this bit of dynamite in just in time for everything to dry up because I didn't think about doing it down before the 18th cycle. The next time some moisture rolls around, beavers, plant some kohlrabies in there. How would you look at that? These beavers have basically got it perfect. I accidentally left them on just ripping things up, and they basically done it perfectly. They should have enough days to pick these up, and then they'll be paused. And am I seeing it right? Is this moist? Ooh, we get at least one bonus bit of kohlrabi in there, if nothing else. And go on, farmers, pick up this last bit of kohlrabi so I can get yours paused. And take your farmer's hat off, mate. And drop that straight into a warehouse. I like that when you unpause the farmers and they've got the bait in the hands. They literally take the farmer's hat off and then go, ooh, what happened here? Why have I never seen this so open? Have I honestly only looked over here when I've had this up? Look at that gaping hole, dude, man. Looks like we're starting to build something though. What's this? Oh, it's just one of the platforms. Ah, cool. Look, we got a big expensive platform on the gun. Oh, not bad. We're starting to make some progress. Now remember, we've got this bank of levees paused because we didn't want the water to be spilling out of the top as we build this pipe up here. Here we are. We're in a drought. We've got all the water pumpers paused. We've got 2.7k of water. 8 beavers went out today. That means we've got 10 on the hauling post. You may as well get paused. And since we've got a drought, we'll actually be able to grow these trees. For 20 days and all, that's a full tree growth cycle, that. And I'm still have no idea what you think you can do, mate. Where's the tree in your range here? Is it the grapevines? Oh, it's these trees over here you can see. Ah, fair dinkum, mate. Well, I'm going to delete your workplace. Delete this lumberjack flag here because we just didn't need it. And you know what I've just thought of? Again, a little bit too late. I'm turning the working hours down again. In this cave that we're going to flood here, is that close enough to make this stuff moist? Because if so, I could just pause this. Ooh. Alright, MiGly, remember for next episode, pause this before drought, fill this cave up with water, and just see what it keeps moist. Ooh, I'm keen to see that, like. I'm keen. And who have I still got on ripping up here? Nobody. I get planting, beavers. Oh, morning, beavers! Get yourselves up and doing all the ladders, including the little back alley ladder there. Did you see the beaver jump down the back alley ladder to start hammering away on the explosives factory? That was mint. Yeah, how close are we to this? Ooh. Ooh. Oh, okay. Do I delete this and collect the resources? Or do I play it safe? Just allow the trees to grow. Only unpause the food factory just to make sure we keep enough food on the crack. And save all the production for the temperate season. Oh, and I did just notice the fermenter's got no bloody power. So I'm going to unpause me bit food here. Get all the cassavas fermented. Get all the corns rationed. And do your proper classic doof, 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 doof. End of episode, spinny up, speed around a bit. Spin up, speed around a bit. Yeah, we'll leave that in, why not? Well, this is a very suspenseful way to end an episode, because you can't see into the actual warehouses. Do we actually have any bait? Who knows? I certainly didn't. I'm just hoping for the best. As long as you see those little beaver dots darting about, you can rest assured that we've got beavers knocking about. They may be starving and dehydrated, but they're alive nonetheless. I think we've had ourselves a canny little episode. We've mostly rebuilt, or really built, our industrial estate. We never actually had it fully built. We kept having to demolish it to make room for pipes and whatnot. But fingers crossed, by the time this drought ends and the next episode starts, we'll have a tidy storage of wood, food and water. And we can properly start cranking away with this bad, good, ugly water split system we've got here. And I've been seeing a couple of years enjoying these daily uploads. I'm buzzing to see that. It's a fair to go about effort to bloody daily uploads. But I'm loving it. Made all the better by the fact you're loving it too. I'll be seeing you tomorrow, peeps. Toodles.